And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Maybe a gain of a yard that time, but from the spot, actually no gain. So 3rd and long.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And that will be incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
The NFC punt team out there now. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Taken in at the 22. An 8-yard return there. The 47. And the AFC will take over 1st and 10. Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Nice way to start the drive. A gain of 12 and a first down.
Man coverage on the left side, so I really like the design of this play because they opened up the field and brought their tight end the other way on a crossing route. That's a lot of ground to cover if you're a defender. I've been there before, unable to stay with his man there.
First carry for the Iowa State man, Breece Hall. Room here to run. He's going to go out of bounds, but he takes this one down just shy of the 20. A big chunk of yardage there, 37 yards. One thing that's great about watching him run, Charles, he doesn't hesitate. He got to the left side of his own line and just went.
So there's two ways to look at that. One, just absolutely unconcerned, just takes off and goes. But more the latter, I think, which is he has absolute confidence in the guys in front of him, the guys doing the blocking for him. He just takes it and goes with abandon.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. They'll look to throw here. That's for Bateman, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. Well, when I looked down, he was kind of shaking his head right after he threw that pass. What did you see?
Well, from a defense's perspective, anytime you have your eyes back towards the quarterback, you're in a position to make a play on the ball, whether it's a big-time play by you or an overthrow by the quarterback. You have a much better opportunity.
In motion, the tight end. They'll run with Walker to begin the drive. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
A nice run here early on. It doesn't take a great play caller to realize you want to establish a guy of his caliber who runs like this early because they'll pay dividends as the game progresses.
Rolling to his left. And Walker has it. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And that'll leave him with a 3rd and 2. He'll look to throw. Open man is Kyle Pitts, his tight end. He's got room at the 30. Big strides. Look at him go. And touchdown. So the NFC with our first touchdown of the game. And, of course, we'll probably see some offense in this one. I don't know, though, that we'll see what we saw in 2013 when the NFC posted 62 points.
You talk about pyrotechnics. That was crazy, even for a Pro Bowl. 62 points. I think you wore out your voice in that one, talking about all the touchdowns that were scored.
I would love to see 63 or more, though, I got to tell you. All about offense in this thing.
Pro Bowl offense. Let's go.
Extra point by Koo, up and good. And that makes the score 7-0. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The offense for the AFC set to go now. They had the interception last time. It led to the opening touchdown. So now 7-0 to score as they start 1st and 10. And some room to run now. And now off to the races down the right side. And he will take this in for an AFC touchdown. That's what we want right there, CD. It's a Pro Bowl. Give us some of these long touchdowns.
We want plays that cover a lot of ground. We want long-distance plays, whether long-distance runs, long-distance passes. It doesn't matter. In the Pro Bowl, big plays are what we're all looking for.
Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated Bruce. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Look and repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. To throw is Frazier. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by Grant Delpit. And he is going to score. It's a pick 6 and an AFC touchdown.
I have have to believe that in a Pro Bowl situation, you know, we talk about these defensive backs during the season, that they're educated gamblers. They take the education out of it. They just go for the football here. Hey, try and make a big play, and if you get one, you really look terrific in this game.
Extra point by Butker is on target, and that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense. Now remember, they were just out here a moment ago through the pick six, so we'll see if they can take better care of the football this go around.
Yeah, and sometimes, partner, I think it's almost better that you just throw the pick six and you come right back out on the field. You're not over on the sidelines dwelling for very long. You're not hearing everyone say, hey, you'll get them next time. Hey, don't worry about it. All that stuff just goes right out the window. You're right back out on the field with a chance to atone.
And the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. Frazier. Throw left side. There's London. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And out route, and he's got the connection to Walker. And able to get this across the 20 before going out of bounds. And that's good for a gain of 6. And that'll bring up 4th down. And the NFC punt team out there. And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. I know, without even asking, without even looking in your direction, that you are not a fan of that call.
Oh, I wish you would look, Brandon, because I was actually thinking this would be the perfect time for a fake.
Right.
Yeah, you're right. This doesn't make any sense to me at all. This deep in your own territory. Look, I'm all for being unconventional. That part's cool, and I get it. But this deep, I just don't think it was the right time to make that call.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. Off the option, here's Taylor. Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. 8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. Now here's the option play going left. They lost 4 there, and it's 3rd down.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
In their mind, certainly a field goal try would be a letdown. They had the great starting field position, now facing 3rd down. They'll bring a receiver in motion right. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And he fires one that's intercepted. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that felt like a little extra pressure on that 3rd down attempt, and their mistake cost them points because they're inside the red zone. So you know you've got at least a field goal waiting for you. And in this case, they end up with nothing.
And he'll work free from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. The 1st down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And And they'll get him down up past the 15. They picked up 5 yards last time. Now they double it and get 10 here.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but I think they had 3 tight ends in on that set.
And these guys are punching really well. I use boxing analogies a lot. A lot of coaches have told me that when you line up to run the football, it's 10 fistfights along the line of scrimmage, right? You've got to win your share. These 3 tight ends, they almost always win their fistfights.
So 8 yards on the completion there, and they'll be left with second and a couple. On second down, it's Walker. And he's got some... Walker hit and the ball is out. And that's picked up by the AFC. And they'll start out with great field position at the 47-yard line in enemy territory. And a little careless there, Charles, on that carry.
And it's not just having 2 hands on the ball. It's tucking it away. It's using your body to keep people shielded off. It's so many different things into taking care of it and having ball security. In that case, though, we didn't see it happen.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
That incompletion certainly slows things down a little bit and brings up a very important call for second and long. What do? Run and try and get some yardage and make it third and manageable? Or challenge the coverage again, hoping for a bigger gain?
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. He's got a man, complete. And they move this all the way down to the 9. A big pickup of 38.
You ask tight ends about their favorite routes to run, and surprisingly, this will pop up as one of their staples because they run so many routes in the middle of the field. How about this one? Starts downfield, bends it to the corner, great touch on the football, and they turn that one into a big play.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's first and goal from just inside the 10. They'll set up to throw. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Rashad Bateman, a 9-yard touchdown grab. And they are able to add on to their advantage. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on first and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left them reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it. And, you know, they always talk about having to have a short memory on defense after a big play against you. Looks like their memory was a little too long there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And they'll put up the stop sign there as his guys will get it at the 25. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. Last time out, they had the fumble. That led to the touchdown. Not a great look on either side of the ball as the defense gave up the points too, Charles. But they've got to take care of the football and do better here on this possession.
It's certainly been a tough stretch, partner, for both of those units, and they kind of put their defensive mates in a really tough spot there by dropping the ball on the ground. But an easy way to make it up to them, get out there now and get some points on this drive.
And this offense on third down today, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. Throwing there, but this pass is going to wind up incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. This is taken at the 23. It's a 46-yard punt, 2 on the return. And they will take over 1st and 10. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Now
the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. They'll send the tight end in motion left. They're going to look to throw. Oh, the NFC pressure a little too much as they get home for the sack. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. The AFC punt team out there now as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he'll take it just outside the 40. 44-yard punt, return of 9. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50, 1st and 10. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is going to be incomplete as he led him a bit too much.
And this drive was almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on 1st down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
Oh, he's got his tight end pitch complete. Touchdown! Kyle Pitts. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the NFC able to draw a bit closer. Koo able to connect on the extra point. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The offense for the AFC set to go now. And not an abundance of time remains on the clock, Charles, but you would think more than enough to try to extend this lead before intermission.
And when you're talking about extending the lead, I think you're talking about aiming for the end zone because there is plenty of time for that. The fallback is to get 3. But in your mind, you put 6 on the board right before the half. That's a heck of a dagger and great momentum to carry into the locker room.
So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Back to throw here. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off. And his guys are going to get the football at the 28-yard line. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pressure comes and down he goes. Buried by multiple defenders on the drive's first play. Now the AFC going to take a timeout. It's their 2nd as the clock shows 50 seconds to play here in half number 1. Back to throw. A heck of an effort there on the scramble leaves him with just 3rd and a yard. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Now back to throw. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
That could be the stop this defense needed to get them back on track. They've been pretty well dissected by the offense here in the first half. After that possession, Now they know that they can compete with this offense.
And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. Oh, on the defensive side, that is so deflating.
Not only is it deflating, they've got to look in each other's eyes on that side of the ball and take each other's measure. You've got them backed up, perfect situation. And what they said to you on the other side is, we don't think you can stop us. Went ahead and got it in that position. That should never happen.
Well, the pressure gets home, and the AFC comes up with a sack. Now the NFC going to use their third and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in this first half of action. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. On 3rd down, here's Walker. And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say, we'll see what happens. And you see the clock almost empty, so this is likely the last play in the 2nd quarter. They'll throw now on the final play. Got his target, Samuel. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. So we have hit halftime of the Pro Bowl with the AFC leading the NFC. As we send you to Orlando to check in with Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach? And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The AFC offense set to take their next drive. Well, Charles, for them, pretty good first half on the ground. They had some success running the ball in quarters 1 and 2, and they've got the lead now, a chance to expand upon that lead here with their first drive in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, and believe it or not, you and I have noticed that this great game of football has shifted towards pass first, run second. So for me, it is really nice to see some of these teams keeping the ground game as a big component of their offense, and it's working pretty well for them now. And let's face it, they can continue to do damage with it. And in addition, it sets up the pass game really well for them too.
And this will be stopped at the 44. That one good for 7 yards.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time and making it work.
And a strong run that time as he's across midfield and down to the 43. Give him 14 on that one and a first down.
Boy, effective play there, getting their wideouts involved in the run game.
Well, they're always hoping on that type of a play. They can get to the end of the line and have a chance to turn it upfield as he did there. That means they controlled the blocking and took care of the defensive end of the outside linebacker to give him that lane.
And I guess I need to clarify, I said getting their wideouts involved in the run game, but of course that was actually a pass as he popped it forward.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go to the ground again with Taylor.
Yeah, maybe a little over pursuit there as he's able to take this down to the 25-yard line.
16 yards, a first down. And they'll send the tight end in motion left. Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it.
He will find his man Chase complete.
And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Looking to throw. And that is caught for an AFC touchdown. Rashad Bateman. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far, as his guys are able to extend their lead.
Extra point by Butker is on target.
And the lead now up to 14. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away.
Fields it right around the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
Ready to begin their next drive here, the NFC offense.
Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a 2-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. It was a small, manageable spread to overcome. A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want them getting the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, as we get ready for third down, let's go back and recap here. The sack on the first play of this drive, that threw a wrench into what they were trying to accomplish because they were compelled to throw the ball on second down. A running play was not in the works. And that incompletion set up another passing down here on third long. And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. We'll call that a 47-yard punt, a return of just 3.
And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over.
The offense for the AFC set to go now.
The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now.
Second down, a run with Hall. And he'll make it only to the 43, a gain of 2.
This is what happens sometimes when you abandon the running game. It's hard to get back to it because once guys get out of that mentality of firing out and hitting people, hard to get them started again occasionally.
And they'll run the option on 3rd and short yardage.
And he takes it all the way down to the 3. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
Well, you know, most quarterbacks, when you talk about their big play ability, you talk about the arm, but this, an absolutely huge play with a leg.
And also with his mind, because he had to see this play develop in order to make the decision to keep it and run. And how about...
And he is into the end zone for an AFC touchdown. It's their quarterback. A 3-yard run as he kept it himself. As his guys are able to push that lead out a bit further. Butker on for the PAT. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And ultimately cannot get this out to the 25-yard line as he's dropped at the 23. The offense for the NFC ready to get their next drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Now a throw left sideline here is complete. This one he stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. On play action, they'll throw. That's going to be caught by Pitts. And the tackle going to be made at the 38.
2nd and short, that's a rundown, so it's definitely a good time to go play action if you're feeling it. And they do so and pick up a first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. Back to throw again. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
This one has been fun so far, as the Pro Bowl usually is. A lot of relaxed faces out there. 2nd and 10. Nowhere to go here. He lost the football. So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we played 3 quarters. They'll look to throw here. Got him in. It's Brown. And he'll be taken down well before the first at about the 36-yard line. They do get 10 back, but still a ways to go on 4th.
Part of me sold the go route really well. Thought he was going deep, then curled it back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, we're going to sell the gun. Just go. Well, let's see who's faster.
And he will be taken down, but not before he's got the NFC first down. So they take a chance on fourth. Why not in this game? And it's going to pay off with a new set of downs.
And he's going to be taken down here. A sack back at the 32. Nick Bosa. Who else? He's in there for his fourth sack of the afternoon.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
They'll look to throw. This one goes underneath to Walker, and he'll go down at the 26, following a gain of 6. You got the big lead defensively, willing to give him that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle him after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. At this point, down big, you'd have to imagine this defense are just going to sit back, blanket the field as best they can.
Yeah, this is actually the easy part of the game for them because, just as you noted, they can sit back, keep everything in front of them. But they've blanketed the field the entire game using a variety of coverages.
And he's got his man, Marquise Brown. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. They'll look to throw again.
A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
George Pickens, his intended receiver there.
But it'll be 2nd and goal. Again, he'll drop to throw. And this is going to be intercepted.
Daxton Hill picks it off.
And they'll have the football, but deep in their own territory as he's brought down at the 5. But just another reason to celebrate there on the defensive side with the interception, and this is a game that they clearly have firmly in their grasp.
Yeah, a lot of handshakes, a lot of hugs, a lot of smiles. It's been their day.
The AFC offense set to take their next drive. And it's great to see the stars all out in one place, but in terms of football, what's really great to see is a very entertaining Pro Bowl as we are. And now on the pitch, the ball's loose. And they'll have a short field to work with inside the 15 at the 13-yard line.
So now our referee looking at the sideline saying, are you sure? But yes, this defense has accepted the penalty. So that means they will not take possession on the fumble recovery. Well, not sure why in the world you do that, but that is apparently the decision.
Come on. Hey.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And it's a short one here, complete to his tight end. He's up to the 20, and he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
You don't always expect tight ends to be big in terms of run after the catch, but after that play, he joins a growing band of players that's putting that stereotype right on its ear.
First and 10, Taylor now.
And he stopped immediately there.
Tackle made by Chase Young.
And as a defensive end, getting off the ball quickly, swarming to the football, making a tackle, that's what we saw right there.
Yeah, that's what their job is. And really, a lot of the time, they have to throttle back a little bit in the run game because you know those defensive ends, they're like in a sprinter stance. They're just headed straight for the quarterback. That was good recognition on that play to hold them to no gain.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Hall on a give up the middle. Takes this to the 27, give him 4 yards.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
The AFC thus far on 3rd down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. A play-action fake. They'll look to throw. He'll buy some time right. Throws right side, and that's complete. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. And 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. He's been the go-to guy. They needed a big play there on 3rd down. Went his way. It worked out.
Doesn't matter whether they've scouted it or that they think he's going to get the ball. He has a knack for finding his way open and completing the connection.
2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. On first, he tried to pitch it and the ball's loose. And it's scooped up by the NFC. And they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line.
I know a lot of defensive coaches have certain guys on their squad that they look to as drive stoppers, guys who can make big plays, interceptions, knock it free. In this case, they didn't need one. The offense supplied it for them, just dropping the ball.
Yeah, and that was after they were doing so well on this drive through the air. They go to the ground, doesn't work. They'll come out throwing here on 1st down. He's going to float this over the middle deep. And that's going to be caught. Touchdown NFC. Drake London, 40 yards. And the NFC able to capitalize on that fumble recovery and turn it into... Oh, and now they're going to fake it.
Let me go ahead and show my age a little bit. I liked it when they would fake it from the 3-yard line, right? When he'd line up, go ahead and, oh, there's a fake, and he's going to get 2. That's great. But from the 15, the risk reward, it's just not there.
So risky to get 15 yards on a fake. Well, you see the result right there.
Yeah, I know these young whippersnappers are trying to do different things in this game, but let's go back to old reliable. Kick the ball through the post.
Get off my lawn.
That's darn right.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he cannot get rid of it. The NFC getting in there for the sack. Now the NFC going to call the first of their 3 timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter. Well, they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. And intercepted. Maybe now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And I think they are going to get this one back. Boy, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
Partner, that one looked like it was over. I mean, they had control, had the football, and the defense had to make a play in order to keep them in the game. That's exactly what they did.
And now that door ajar, 2-score game. So hold on here, not done in the 4th. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. the 30. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And I think they are going to get this one back. Well, that would have been something. Double turnovers. But instead, they'll keep the possession on the INT.
Brandon, I don't want to violate any of our broadcasting rules by declaring a game over before it's over. But that one, that puts them in real jeopardy there.
Absolutely. It was a two-possession game. It is a two-possession game at this stage in the fourth. They needed points out of that drive.
And obviously now, no chance at all to get those points that they so desperately needed.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And that's going to be knocked away in the end zone. It's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. A first throw for the backup Jackson. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Brian Asamoah. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
On the jump.
They'll drop to throw. Open man is Chase, complete. And they're going to get this down to about the 17-yard line here.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. And they're going to take it all the way down and just take the delay. The offense knew it. They were already starting to walk back as that one is accepted. Play clock is going to run out here. They're in no hurry to get a play off. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. Now Harrison Butker for the field goal try. This to make it a 3-score game late. And they're going to fake it. He wants to throw it here. And he will be out of bounds, well shy of the marker. So that's a turnover on downs. Great job defensively.
I remember being taught that cliches have become so for a reason. A lot of times they're true, right? What's that they used to tell us about letting sleeping dogs lie? Well, this one wasn't sleeping. Maybe it was just slumbering a little bit. But taking that gamble there, you've got the lead. You may have ignited them now they stopped you.
That's exactly right. If you take the points here, you don't shift momentum necessarily on that play. You probably just did. Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. Throw left side complete. That's Walker. Finding space at the 40. Now he's loose at the 40. Inside the 20. And he takes this one into the end zone. And all of a sudden, here in the final minute, things get a little bit tighter. Okay, so they got the score. Do you go for one here and save the possible two-point conversion for later?
I think you do, because if you go for two here and you don't get it, that's deflation.
Yeah.
Now you're wondering why you're even going for it. Take the easy one now and come back and try and get it later.
Following the touchdown, here's Koo to kick off. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
For most people, the excitement of the kickoff return is to see a long one that goes back in the opposite direction. But for the guys covering it, it's being able to stop them deep in their own territory. How about that incredible form tackle right there? Shoulder in the ball carrier, and down he goes.
The offense for the AFC set to go now. And checking the timeouts, they do have two defenders. He's got a man, complete.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he gets all the way down inside the 20-yard line.
A big pickup there, and without question, that should be more than enough to wrap this one up. A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. That one looks like he'll throw here. And he is going to slide to a halt inside the 5-yard line. It'll go as a gain of 12, and that should just about wrap this one up.
It hasn't been the cleanest game for him, but there was a sign of improvement as he looks towards the next one. Nice bit of scrambling to move the sticks, and even more importantly, he didn't risk adding another interception to his ledger.
It's first and goal, and a late touchdown at this stage could officially salt this one away.
They'll run with Hall.
And he will push his way forward down to about the 3-yard line. Now the NFC going to take a timeout, their second, as they stop it with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Well, Brennan, we always know that once you score one touchdown,
you want two.
You're without a doubt. And so far today, he's got one, but was denied as he tried to get the second one.
Now they bring a receiver in motion right. 2nd and 3. And they're going to get to him. A sack. Sack back at the 9-yard line. And whistles, and they take their final timeout with 7 seconds left.
I know I'm supposed to do the analysis here, but I've got to ask, how did he stay alive that long in the pocket?
Yeah, great footwork, which we know he has. If he would have been able to stay alive, get rid of the ball, or run for some yardage, he would have had a very unhappy defensive coordinator, I believe.
No doubt about that.
He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. So, Charles, final thoughts on this AFC victory?
Bottom line, nobody appeared to be seriously hurt. That's the first thing we look for in this game. Well played, a lot of fun, a lot of excitement. I think that everyone's going to go home pretty happy, especially the AFC since they won the game.